Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. My name is Stephen Aitchison and I'm just going to check that we are all live and up and running okay. Just give me a wee second. Yep, music's still going though. Get that off. Still going though. Get that off. Okay, we're live, we're good. We're good to go. Okay, we've got a few people in the house just now, which is good to see. We've got 27 people watching. At the moment, somebody's just said, Gordy Boys just told me Crypto Banter is on just now. So I don't think I've much chance of getting a lot of viewers today. But anyway, the markets are crashing. Get out Bitcoin. Just leave the whole market just now. It's just a bloody nightmare. Just get out. It's not going to come back. We've been here before loads of times. Over the last 4 years, loads of times. I'm going to show you why it's going to go back up and how it's going to go back up. We'll look at the charts and look at some alts that you might want to get into as well. And what you should do in a situation like this, if this is your first time, what do you do? Do you go into, do you tether? Do you go into Ethereum? Do you go into, what do you do? Do you just get out the markets altogether? So we'll talk about that as well. We'll get your opinions. I'll chat with you as well. In fact, we'll just see who we've got in just now. We've got Shake in the house. Daniel Wilson, B is in. Haben Dan is in the house. Cole Phillips back with us. Rob Fiddler, Stay Awesome is in. Good to see you. Brundle25, Donny, Don Matthew. Jean is here, good to see you back as well. We've got Thabit, Albertus is in, Andreas, Kukla is in with us, good to see you here. Pip Rider is in, good to see you from the group. Bastian is in as well. And we've got Christian Isaac from the group as well. Well, they're all from the group. If you want to join a group, incidentally, there's a link down below if you want to join a free group. Smart People's in. Chris from Edinburgh is in the house, good to see you, mate. I don't think I've missed anybody. T-Lock Eyes, Rhubarb68, Kundalini. 2222 is Zen. If you survive 2018, 2019 bloodbath, this is nothing. It is nothing. This is literally a correction, a healthy correction. It could still go down further. It might go down to 46,000, or I think it's 45,000. We'll look at the charts, or even 40,000. But it represents a good opportunity to get some alts as well. Now I'm just going to turn off the Telegram. Quit that just now. I should have turned off the notifications. Okay, so we'll look at some charts first of all. Let's go to here and we'll look at the charts. Okay, so where are we just now? We've got 48,580 at the moment. And I'm just going to check again that we are live and everything's working okay. That we are live and everything. It seems to be working okay. So this is a chart for Bitcoin just now. I'll kind of zoom in to this at the moment. So 48,607 at the moment. We did get a spike down to 47,480. I don't think this is finished. We can see here that we've got downward pressure here. We've got the kind of candles here, the red candles here. We've got about 7. We've just broken with this green candle here, the hammer candle that kind of indicated that it was going to go back up, but didn't actually do it. And we're coming back down. And we could go to 45,000 round about here, this level. Could touch that and bounce. You can see we've done that a couple of times. When we're up to around about 60,000 before, we dropped around about 25% to the 45,000 level, and then we bounced back up and went all the way back up again. And that was previous resistance round about this area. So we did break that with a spike. You can see we went down to 42,900. We might see that again, down to around about the 45,000 level. If that happens, again, it's not a big deal. It's going to be a big drop, so about 30% drop. However, what I want to show you is a weekly chart. This is a weekly, and I'm going to go and show you here. This is a trend line for the last 10 years, basically since kind of Bitcoin really kind of started. We started charting 2011. It's before that, obviously, but this is a trend line for it for the last 10 years. So we'll look at it more closely, but if you look at it just now, if we follow the trend line here, we've never really gone below, apart from 2020, and that was a big kind of pandemic. This is when the pandemic was really started, really kicked in. It was 2020, March 2020, and it really kind of dipped down below this trend line. That's the only time it's ever dipped below this trend line. If we'd done that, we'd go down to about $18,000. That's not going to happen. We're not going to fall 80%. With 77% down to that level. What I find might happen is we could just kind of go sideways, and if we go sideways for a year, after the year we're still sitting at $40,000 Bitcoin. That is good. That is not that bad at all. That's worst case scenario just now, I feel. But if we kind of look at the peaks and troughs from before, what we've done is we go back to the very bottom, or back to the very beginning. Kind of gone up here from $2 all the way up to $8, which is a big jump actually. And then we've got almost like a bear market. You call it a bear market, and we're down 38%. We've done the same again up here, and we kind of went all the way up, and we kind of went up for about from 2011 to about 2013, 2 years that lasted. This was the kind of bull market. You see here, if you say this was the start of the bull market for it, it lasted 2 years. Then we kind of went down, and it wasn't even a kind of bear market then. We went down by about 77% before we started going back up again. So I wouldn't call that a bear market because that was in the same year. But I'd really say the bull market lasted from 2011 all the way up to 2013. So we had a 2-year bull market. Then from here, we had a bear market. And this was a bear market. It was prolonged. And that went down 82%. And then after that, and that lasted, by the way, from 2013 to around about 2015, so 2-year bear market. Then we had a bull market again, where we went up 8,000%. That was a bull market, and that's when it went up to $20,000 the first time, and that lasted from 2015 to 2017, another 2-year bull market. You're starting to see a pattern here. Then we kind of came down, went down by about 81% in another bear market, and that lasted from 2017 to 2020. So roughly, well, it was about 2018, in the start of 2018 to the start of 2020, another 2-year bear market. So it's cycles of 2 years. This is the start of the kind of bull market from where we are just now. And we've been in this bull market for a year. I reckon we've got another year for this bull market. I don't think we're going to turn bear. We've turned bearish at the moment, but we've turned bearish temporarily. So we've turned bearish just now in the markets, but that's all it is. It's just a correction. We're bearish at the moment for the last couple of weeks, but that's it. It's not a bear market just now. If you look at the bigger picture, we are still very much in a bull market at the minute. And I think that's going to continue to keep going till the end of 2021 into 2022. I think there will be peaks and troughs here, but look at the bigger picture. This is just a blip. What you're seeing here on Bitcoin is just a blip. It's nothing, really, when you think about it. When you look at it that way, that's all it is, just a little blip there. And just go to some of the comments just now, pop out chat, and see what you think. Daniel, well, Steve, mate, your camera is from the 80s. Surely the picture quality is not what it was. Right, something wrong here, obviously. Is the camera quality good, or is it just... Yeah, you need to change your camera settings. That's what it is. So change your camera settings. Denny is in the house. Welcome to you. Bastion, last bull market there was 50% corrections or something. Yeah. And there was, like, you're talking 38%, 50%, 60% even. Bank EWT. We'll look at some altcoins after. What about me? Denny is saying, sorry about that, I must have missed you before. Denny, we've got Gordy Boy in the house as well. Crush the likes, folks. Stay awesome, Hoddle. Rob Fiddler. Seems there's been a lot of market manipulation since the Coinbase listing. I'm hodling it out and still positive for the future. The fundamentals are there now. Fundamentals are there. That's the thing I kind of want to talk about as well. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's conspiracy theory that the markets are manipulated, but imagine, we've spoke about this before, but imagine you're kind of in control of the government, or you're in the government, you're kind of the president of the United States, and it's not the president that makes the decisions, it's people in his ear that make the decisions. We know that, that's without question. Imagine if that was, and we've got lots of governments around the world doing this as well, and just say, okay, this Bitcoin is getting a wee bit out of control. The people are starting to kind of control this Bitcoin. Not control it, but they're starting to buy it in kind of bulk, and they're starting to really kind of make a use case. They're actually using it as well. We need to get a handle on this. The governments will be running shit scared, or they would have been running shit scared in the past. I think the governments have bought up a lot of Bitcoin because I believe that it's going to be the currency. The dollar's not going to be the currency. The gold, it's not going to be backed by gold. I don't believe that's going to happen. There's lots of things going on in the background as well that's trying to get gold back. That America's seemingly got all the gold back. I don't believe that's going to happen. I believe Bitcoin is going to take over as a currency. If that happens, the government have to have some form of control over it to control us. That's what the government do. They control us to a degree. Whether you believe that or not, it doesn't really matter. They do if you look at... So if you were in that position just now and you've seen kind of Bitcoin, you've seen it going up to $65,000 and you're trying to get some more, what would you do? You would short it. You would short it, and what you would do, you would go into kind of the bigger markets, the OTC markets, the black markets, the dark markets, and just short it. But before shorting it, you would sell all the Bitcoin that you had. So if you've got 500,000 Bitcoin, you'd start selling it off so the market's going down. Meanwhile, you're shorting it, making a shitload of money. Markets are going down, 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 down. Then coordinating a buyback. So say around about 40,000 or even 30,000, whatever it's going to be, and you buy all the Bitcoin back again. So this is how they're controlling, this is how the big whales are doing it as well. But the there's not organised crime, but organised governments are going to be doing it this way as well. So they short it, they make money from shorting it, and they sell off their Bitcoin as well. So they make money that they've made before, and they do that coordinated way, and then they start buying back again. So they've not only got double the amount they bought or they sold for, they've got 10 times or 100 times more because they've shorted it at the same time. Shorting it with leverage, say up to 100x. If you're shorting something with leverage up to 100x, you're making 100x profits as well from it. So that's what I believe is happening. That's what I think is going on with the governments just now as well. And the governments have to do that. They can't ignore Bitcoin anymore. They cannot control it to a degree. They cannot control it, or they cannot ban it, sorry. So they want to control it. So this is what they'll be doing to get Bitcoin back. This is what I would be doing if I was kind of nefarious like that as well. If I had the kind of power and control, that's what I would be doing. So try and think, what would you do in that situation to control Bitcoin? And I believe that's what's going on just now. I'll just go back to some of the comments. Restore the chat. Don't think the comments are coming through actually. I'm just going to check we are okay. There we are. Somebody post a comment just now in the comments, because I think the comments have stalled on YouTube. I just post anything just now. Yeah, they have stalled. Right, so we'll just crack on with the show then, because the comments have stalled. I can't see any of your comments there just now. So that same Bitcoin just now, we're at 48,597 just now. I think we've got that support over around about the 45,000 level. We'll just go to the daily and transfer over. So 48,698 could bounce from here. It might actually bounce from here. There was some kind of support level before around about this level, but just keep an eye on that 45,001 as well. I don't think it's, hopefully not going to go below that, and I don't think it's going to stay below the 48,000 level, but we'll see. It had some sort of support at the 48,000 level. And this is Ethereum just now. Now, what I said in the group this morning, I was going to go into Ethereum rather than USDT instead of going into Tether if I was going to sell off the alts. I sold off a couple of alts and went into Tether instead of Ethereum, just in case there was a big dip down to the 45,000 level for Bitcoin. That's not happened yet. So Ethereum is 2,214 at the moment. Ethereum bullish long term. I wouldn't be worried about Ethereum at all. I'm still extremely bullish for it for the end of the year. I'm still thinking $10,000 for the end of the year. So going into Tether, I might buy kind of Ethereum if it comes back down further. Again, for Ethereum, we've got a support level around about 1,700 level, and that'd be a good time to buy. So I'd be looking at buying there as well. I'll just see if, yeah, we're getting comments through just now. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I just stalled there. Gordy Boy is saying Steve Banter Bags took flight there on at 11. LOL. Because he was saying crypto banter is going on at the same time as me. Right, so Ethereum we have at 2,212. I still think that's a good opportunity to buy, and it'd be dollar cost averaging in Ethereum as well. And what else I wanted to show you, I found this chart that I made 2 years ago. I used to do a live every day on YouTube, and I found this chart I did from 2 years ago to say where is Bitcoin going to end up. And I was looking at the Super Guppy for it. And the Super Guppy, I kind of made this and done the research and all. It took me ages to kind of organise. But Super Guppy turned green in 2012, and the kind of bull market lasted for 427 days, and it went from $12 to $1,169. And then it started to go down we entered a bear market, and the weekly Super Guppy turned green again in January 2016. And we'll kind of pull this down. And it lasted for 700 days, the bull market. And that was from $447 to $19,600. Now, this was, remember this was a couple of years ago, 2019, that I kind of made this chart up. And this is what I expected to happen. So June 2019, Super Guppy turned green, and I reported on it. And I said, okay, Bitcoin could come down to, or go up. It should last 1,100 days, which you're talking about 3 years, and it could go up to $192,000. So far, it's following that pattern exactly. So I predicted it was going to last for about 3 years, this bull market, and this is from 2019. So I predicted again 2022 to the end of 2022, or June 2022, could go up to $192,000 for Bitcoin as well. That was just looking at the weekly Super Guppy. Again, if you look at Bitcoin here, it's just a blip on this scale here. So we could have a rise of around, this was what, I think I kind of done this chart when it was about $8,000 or something. Bitcoin, I said, okay, this is going to go up, don't worry about it, it's going to go up to about $192,000 by the end of June 2022. Now back in 2019, that was a bold kind of statement, but I still believe that's going to happen. This is why I still believe we're in this bull market. We're not going to enter the bear market, I don't believe. Looking at Super Guppy, we're nowhere near kind of coming down again. So that's another chart for you to look at as well. Okay, so there's been a mixture of what's been going on here with regards to why Bitcoin prices fell. Bitcoin prices fell for a number of reasons. It's not just because Biden's come out. So Biden's come out and kind of said, Bitcoin tumbles below 50k as markets respond to Joe Biden's tax rise reports. So all Joe Biden has done is just said, I think we should raise the kind of taxes to impose at least a 43.4% tax on millionaire investors in order to sustain some social programs. That's all well and good that they're kind of going to do that, but that's only kind of matters to anybody if you're a millionaire. You're going to get taxed on that as well. So I think that's not helped the markets, to be honest, but that's not the reason the markets fell. There's lots of different reasons the kind of market fell. So what happens when Bitcoin starts to drop? You get a lot of people who are in long on Bitcoin. They start to get liquidated, which effectively sells off Bitcoin. So it's a double whammy almost. So the markets are going, or Bitcoin price is going to come down. And then other liquidations happen as well because of it. Then the retail market just starts to look at it and say, shit, Bitcoin's going down, starts a big sell-off, and it keeps on going down and down and down. And then eventually it'll stop somewhere around about the hopefully 48,000 or 45,000, and then it starts going back up. And the same thing happens again. So you get these people doing kind of longs. They'll start to go long in Bitcoin. The retail investors will start to go long as well. And the short sellers will start to liquidate their positions, or they'll get out of their positions, and that pushes the Bitcoin price back up. That's how it works. So it's not just because of Joe Biden saying this, and that's not the reason Bitcoins fell. And there's also today, actually, there's something coming out today. The options expiry for 1.5 billion options expiring today as well. So it says here, this is Cointelegraph. There is a possibility that the recent drop has its roots in 1.55 billion options expiry set to occur on April 23rd. As previously reported by Cointelegraph, bears have a 340 million advantage below $57,000. And that could explain why pro traders kept a neutral stance despite the 18% dip. So they're kind of postulating that pro traders are not buying Bitcoin at this 51,000 level because of the options expiry today. So they're waiting to see what happens with that. Obviously, there's been a big dip, and I'm thinking this is why Bitcoin has fell as well, and for the other aforementioned reasons as well. Okay, I want to show you something as well. We'll just snip back to the chat. just now. I'm going to go to this one. Not let me scroll now. Right. Good to begin. This is sharing info. Thanks, Steve. Gratobe not available. Support around 43k. Check out VPVR. I've not checked that. There's going to be, if you're doing TA, there's going to be lots of different ways to kind of look at technical analysis. So some people have 43k, some people have 46, some people. I'm just kind of looking at it simply. I do it like simple ones. Could you take a look at ETH? I've taken a look at that already, Pifrider. Are you getting performance reports on your ETH pension? I'm not getting performance reports. I just go into it and look at the pension and Hargreaves and just kind of look at it. So I'm not getting a performance report. I don't need one, to be honest. I kind of know where I am at any kind of given point in day. I just need to look at the price of Ethereum and I know exactly how much I've got. Have you watched Crypto Hulk, Steve? He is hilarious. I never stop laughing listening to him. Crypto Hulk, I haven't listened. I'll check him out. Danny Guerra, we have to support DeFi as the governments want to take control and monitor it, meaning we can't buy crypto individually. Only the big guys can take away our slice of freedom. The only way to buy it would be through institutions which will be regulated and monitored by the government. Yeah, that's what they're going for just now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we, the people, are taking over. Again, are taking back control to a degree. And this is why Ethereum is not going to die as well. Because Ethereum is an integral part of the DeFi revolution. DeFi, decentralized finance, it means control is going to be taken away from the banks because of DeFi. If you look at the savings just now, if you look at some of the savings with the banks, you get 0.1% savings for having. So if you put $100,000, say for example, £100,000, I'm going to say because I'm from the UK, £100,000 in the bank, and you get 0.1%, you get £100 back for keeping £100,000 in the bank. Now, what the bank do, because of fractionalised kind of banking, what they do with that £100,000, they'll lend it out. So they'll take my £100,000. So if I go to the bank, my £100,000 is not really there, it's just there digitally. So what they'll do is they'll lend it out. And they'll fractionalise it and they'll lend it out by 100x for doing that. So my £100,000 is supporting the banks. No longer. No, I don't want to keep £100,000 in the bank if I'm only getting 0.1%. So I'm looking at the DeFi space and looking at BlockFi, for example, and saying, okay, if I keep my money in, say, US dollars or USDT, put $100,000 into that, I'm getting something like 6, 7, 8%, even higher with some of them as well. The banks are not going to be here as we know it in 10 years' time. It's all going to be online. It's all going to be through DeFi, and Ethereum is supporting all of these DeFi apps just now. Now, what's happening just now is Binance Chain as well. That is obviously a big, huge thing just now, but it's not going to, it might flip Ethereum in the fact that PancakeSwap and etc. is using kind of the Binance Smart Chain for trading. And if you look at that as well, it's just phenomenal what PancakeSwap are doing. By the way, look at PancakeSwap to buy because the amount of trading going through that is unbelievable. So it's not as good as the Binance chain is not as good as the Ethereum chain, and Ethereum is going to be used for all the kind of dApps, especially for DeFi. This is why Ethereum is going to be supported, and when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, a lot of people are going to come back from the Binance Smart Chain and start using Ethereum, or they're going to do it in conjunction. So Ethereum is different from the Binance Smart Chain in that they're going to be building, or most of the dApps are built on that just now anyway. And when ETH 2.0 comes out and the traders' fees come down, which they're going to do with Uniswap, with layer 2 solutions and other things as well that's going on in the background, that's all going to change as well, and everybody will come back to Ethereum or use them in conjunction as well. So Ethereum's not going to go away, despite what you might have heard. I don't think there's a rival to Ethereum. You've got other kind of Polkadot kind of ecosystem, the Cosmos ecosystem as well. You've got all that going on as well, but I don't think it rivals. I think it just bolsters the whole crypto community as a whole. So Ethereum's not going to go away. I don't know where I was going with that. I can't remember my thought processes by talking about that, because I ranted on about something else about Ethereum. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, so Ethereum's not going to go away. So what I was going to look at here is CoinGecko, and we'll just look at the top 100 just now. What I was going to look at is some of the coins. When something like this happens, you want to look for the projects that have not been affected by this Bitcoin correction, or this big correction that's going on just now. So what you want to do is go into CoinGecko, look at the top 100, click on 24 hour, and say, okay, what is still gone up despite this big kind of drop? And there's only two in the top 100. Pirate Chain, we were speaking about that yesterday in the group, and Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold has gone up 17% over the last 24 hours, despite despite a big correction. And all the rest have not done anything. So again, you go to page 2, and we'll just refresh this. I should have went on to page 2 actually. Yeah, this is page 2. Refresh this. And what between, there's none. This is a stable coin, HUSD. So there's none on page 2. They've kind of gone up. We'll refresh this. This is on page 3 of CoinGecko. What has gone up in the last 24 hours to defy the drop. VAI, News Crypto Coin, as well, has gone up slightly, but nothing much. So this is what you want to be looking out for. Go into CoinGecko. Look at the corrections, and this tells you how, not stable, but this tells you that there's still some coins going up, and what is your project doing, not your coin, but your project. How well is that faring up? And when you're looking at it, look at the volume as well. It's not just based on the kind of percentage increase. Look at the volume as well. If the volume is only $1,000 or something, it doesn't mean much. Well, it doesn't mean anything at all. So if we went on to, for example, another page. I was looking at, this is on page 11. Real currency, $395,000. Just want to have a look at something. That's not what I was looking at. Yeah, so it's all the different pages, but they'll have been updated by now as well. CVC coin, CV coin has gone up 1,000%, but if you look at the volume, only $138,000 on the volume for that. So again, that really doesn't mean much. Web dollar, $1,000, that's what I was talking about earlier. That doesn't mean anything at all. So make sure to look at the volume as well. Just jump back to the chat. PHNX, yeah, the Phoenix Day, I'm going to look at that as well. Another dip, then it's alt buy time for me. Yeah, if it goes down again, I've tethered up. I was going to go into ETH, but I tethered up instead, so I can buy some of the alts back. As I said, Binance Smart Chain will most likely just be a layer 2 solution to Ethereum. Binance Smart Chain, I think, obviously it's nowhere near as good. They're not building on it as such, but I do think it can complement Ethereum as well. Bastion, that's how I see it. Yeah, you touched the subject I was wondering about, ETH, thank you. My pleasure. Kukla, meme alert, Elon 1 trending on DEX tools, looks like it's still not over. That's what I was going to talk about as well. So I might as well talk about that just now. So this is DEX tools. And by the way, DEX tools might be a good buy at this kind of stage just now. Because everybody's going to DEX tools just now, especially in meme season. Meme season has been going for the last couple of weeks. And I've been riding the wave for that as well. I'm not averse to memes. I'm not averse to making money. So I don't give a shit what anybody else says. If they say, why are you talking about meme coins? I've been talking about Shiba Inu. I did that last week. If I'm going to make money, I don't care kind of what I talk about. I'm still in crypto. I'm not a crypto snob. I'm not that much of a snob that I have to buy projects that are sitting and they're not doing anything, and not reporting on projects that are going up thousands of %. Why wouldn't I want to be in that? and why wouldn't I want to report on it either? So, because a lot of people come back to me and said, oh, I used to respect what you were doing, and now that you're reporting on SHIB and stuff like that, I'm just going, I genuinely don't care. But you have to go with it. And this is kind of one of the lessons in crypto as well. You have to kind of roll. What I did in the past is I held on. I looked at these projects and thought, I've got a brilliant 50x project or 100x project, and I'm going to hold tight. And when it goes down, it's going to go up. Don't worry about it. And it keeps on going down. Don't worry about it. It's going to go up, and then it just disappears. And that's what happens. It goes out of people's minds because everybody's attention goes somewhere else because of the big drop and the dips. These kind of 10x or 100x coins that were once really kind of popular just disappear out of people's mind, and they just disappear altogether. Sometimes that happens, and it's happened in the past. But they come back again, but it means holding on for a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years. I don't want to do that. I want to make my million, 2 million, 10 million this year, next year, so I can stop worrying about money altogether. That's ultimately what I'm here for. So yeah, these kind of meme coins, Elon, I seen that this morning, I seen that was going up, and somebody spoke about it in our group as well. And I said at that time, because of the market, I wouldn't get into this, but it's still going up. But extremely risky. When you're looking at these meme coins, a couple of things to look out for. Look at the liquidity. Liquidity in Elon is actually really good at 3 million. Look at the volume. Volume is fantastic at 17 million. And look at the fully diluted market cap, 47 million. For a meme coin, that is nothing. That could go to 1 billion. So this could still 20x. And I'm not saying get into it. I wouldn't get into it just now because it has gone up so much. And because of the market conditions, not because it has gone up so much, because of the market conditions. And will you tell me how much it's gone up? Because it's that much. 184%. So I don't know where it was before, 5,000. Maybe it's 10x already. So it's probably 10x already, which for a meme coin is not that much. So we have to kind of report on these things as they happen because there's cycles with everything. We're in a meme coin cycle period at the minute. We were in a kind of IDO period, and we're still in that kind of IDO period as well. We were talking about Launchpad. Launchpads were all kind of zooming up, and there's only a couple that are really quite good. I think paid Launchpad, BSC pad is really good, and there's a couple of others coming out. Occam might be good as well. I've never used that. I thought it was overvalued, but there you go. What else is doing well? Akita is still up there as well. That's come down big time. Akita, this is on the 1 hour. We'll look at the 4 hour. Yeah, it's come down big time as well. 87%. SHIB, which a lot of people made a lot of money on, and I was reporting on it because I was in it and I was riding the wave. So I kind of mentioned yesterday this was kind of breaking out, and it did break out here, but then the kind of crash happened. We're still up to 12,600. So SHIB is a wee bit different, because Shiba Inu is a wee bit different because it's got a kind of DEX coming out soon as well. Well, it's not an exchange. It's going to be to rival PancakeSwap, and that's what it's going to be doing, or to kind of look at that. So Shiba Swap that's going to be coming out soon as well. So that could be good for Shiba Swap, or it could be good for Shiba Inu. So this is not strictly a meme token. It did start out as that, I believe, as a community token, but now I think there's something to that. And a lot of others are riding on the back. Coattails of that. Shiba Inu, I think. Where is that now? Oh, it's not coming up. I'd need the... Is that at the top? No, it's not there. So what else is on DEX tools trending? Gone down because of the crash. That's ID cards as well. That was another launchpad. That's kind of crashed as well. $27. Was up at 40. And I'm going to be talking about some of the alts that you might want to look at as well. But Elon could be another meme that's just going to go up. Yeah, it is. It's just shooting up just now. So a lot of people will be jumping on that. Just be careful if you're getting into it. Just be really, really careful. But that could still have some legs. And this is the thing with memes as well, because we've been in these memes for a couple of weeks. And when we go back to normal crypto and look at the altcoins, and they're only going up 10, 20, 30%, you're going, oh, holy shit, it's very slow today. But it's because we've been in these memes and it's been so exciting making money in these meme coins. But be really careful. Always look at your liquidity, always look at the daily volume as well, and look at the number of people in it as well. So what you want to look out for when you're looking at the memes is look at the number of holders and just keep refreshing the page. So we've got 1,517 holders just now. 1516, well, it's went down a wee bit. Usually it kind of shoots up. It's just refresh the page every kind of 15 minutes or so. And we'll come back to it, but we'll just keep looking at it just now because this is obviously on a tear. Just now it's tearing up just now. So just refresh it. The number of holders should be going up. Yeah, 1520. Every time you refresh it, every minute or so, it's going up by another 5 or 10 or 20 or 30. That's what was happening with Shiba Inu. And this is how it could be quite good as well. You've now got 102,000 holders of Shiba Inu. And when I first started, when we first started looking at it, and I first started looking at it, we had holders, I don't know, I think it was 10,000, 15,000 or something. You've now got 102,000 holders. That is a community token. 50% was burned. The rest is in Uniswap as well. The number of holders, you can see, it wasn't burned, it was sent to Vitalik Buterin, 50% there. And then you've got Hotbit kind of listed it as well, they've got 4% of it. So the good thing is they don't have team tokens and they don't have dev tokens that can just dump on the market whenever they want. You've still got some whales in there. We've got 3 trillion. But there's not a lot of whales in Shiba Inu. And that's why I still think it's going to do good. So as I said, I'm not averse to making money, and I'm certainly not going to stop reporting on it because I'm not a crypto snob. If it's making me money, I genuinely don't care what anybody else thinks about reporting on these meme coins. But I still love digging and researching for projects. I'm going to go to, in fact, yeah, I'm going to look at a couple of projects just now. Just look at Jupiter token. I've not kind of called this. I'm still looking at it, but I might as well kind of show you just now. So Jupiter is 47 cents at the minute, market cap of $13 million. Well, it's not market cap, that market cap should be higher because the circulating supply is about 600,000, so that's not quite correct. So 60% in circulation at the minute. So around about, probably about 35,000. So this is Jupiter. What I think could be really good, they've got lots of different things coming out. So just check this out, I'll just go through it quickly. This is the products they've got coming out: Gravity Finder, Deco, Decentralized Authentication Leader, but they've got this coming out as well as Metis Messenger. So this is like almost like Telegram, if you think about it that way. And if you think about Telegram being valued, I think they were going to do, if you remember, an IDO of, it was going to be valued around about $2 to $3 billion or something like that. And same with WhatsApp. So it could be like WhatsApp as well. And Facebook bought that something like, I don't know, 19 billion or something. So this is the kind of first big product they're coming out with. And I think this could be really good for Jupiter. But they've got other products coming out. This is not just the only one. So Metis Messenger, take control of your data, fully anonymous, private, and it's a secured network. And this is an app that's coming out just now. This is on the blockchain, and it's utilizing their own blockchain. So Metis Messenger could be really, really big if it takes off. And just to give you an idea, as I said, look at Telegram, think about WhatsApp, how much they're valued at, and look at the tiny market capitalization of Jupiter. As I said, it's probably about 3 times that, so it's probably around about 35 million, but I think that could be a big one as well. I've not called in the group yet, probably will call it once it stops going down, but this could be a good one to look at as well. Open governance token as well. That's gone down 7%. So everything's coming down. Again, market capitalization of 13. Created stablecoins backed by your project tokens. So this is about creating stablecoins, and this is anybody can do this as well. Any project can create their own stablecoin through this open DAO as well. Another one, looking at Graphling Protocol. One of my friends told me about this months ago. I didn't get into it. It's now 4.2 cents. Again, market capitalization of 13 million. Maximum supply is 500 million there as well. So we're nearly, well, 323 is what, about 60%, 67% in circulation just now, which is good. I like that. And Graphling Protocol. The no-code protocol for building on the blockchain as well. I've seen a lot of websites that are kind of similar to this as well. So this is about creating kind of crypto tools as well for a much cheaper price. There's so much more to it than that. I'm just going to run through them all quickly. Rev, I really like Rev. I think that could be a really big one, and that's fallen by 21% over the last, well, 17% now. Market cap of 42, and this is a gaming one as well. This is, I just think this could be $1 billion kind of market cap. Get Rev now and into the world of blockchain motorsport, but there's other things coming on top of that as well. The sandbox, NFTs are in, and they've got other games coming out as well. I've reported on this a couple of weeks ago, but check that out as well. I think that's going to be huge. Phoenix DAO, which somebody was talking about earlier on, I think that could be big. If you look at the market cap, we'll just refresh that, probably up a wee bit again. Oh no, it's still down. 8.3 million it is now. You've got 50% in circulation at the minute. And Phoenix DAO, Digital Identity Reborn, based suite of protocols and products designed to power the new digital economy, covering DeFi, NFT to decentralized governance through authentication, payments, and linked identity. I think this could be really big. Somebody kind of told me about this in the group 3-4 weeks ago, and I thought it looked really good. OIN Finance, I've looked at before as well, and I've given you details on that. That's got a market cap now of 7.1 million, down 20%. Another good one, bringing DeFi functions to altcoins, to all the altcoins. Beholder could be good as well. A suite of liquidity management tools. So that could be good, and that's got market cap of 3 million. What else are we looking at? GoSwapp, 1.8 million. That could be really good. Although I found another one to that as well that could be better. But GoSwap at this price, at that market capitalization, could be a brilliant one as well. And I think this could really, you're talking even a 10 million market capitalization, you're talking, or say 18 million market capitalization, you're talking 10x. So we're looking for these 10x's. Dark matter looked interesting as well, in passive income with dark matter as well. It's not about that. This is on Polygon as well. Thought that looked interesting because the market cap as well had come down 28%. So it could be an opportunity. Unilock Network is a launch pad that's under 1 million just now. What's that? It's probably gone back up again. 1732 has went up a wee bit, but that's under 1 million just now. So that's a launch pad at the minute. So that could, and there's only 500 tokens of Unilock Network as well. That's worth looking at. Unizen has come down. I think that could be a brilliant exchange as well. $2.74 just now for Unizen. Smart exchange ecosystem. Yeah, I think this could be really good. Deep hybrid liquidity, intuitive platforms, NX incubation. So, and it's on the Binance Cloud as well. I think that could be really big. Orakuru, and that is Oracle. I'm big into oracles just now. I think oracles are going to do fantastic. I've spoke about Modify before, or Modify. Cellframe, I think, and its own ecosystem. I think that could be built up big time as well. I think that's going to really kind of go places. There's only 30 million. It's only about 100 million market cap, fully diluted just now. 98 million. So I think Cell could be big as well. This is the other one, Bogged Finance. I've seen this the other day and I bought $1,500 worth. It's come down since, obviously, $5.61. But if you look at Bogged Tools just now, because what we've been looking for is kind of live charts for the BSC, for the Binance Smart Chain, and I've never really found a good one. I've looked at kind of PooCoin and that as well, but it's still not good. And I found this the other day, and somebody sent this to me this morning, funny enough, as well. And I'll just show you this. So I don't think it's got all of it on just now, but it looks much better than the likes of kind of PooCoin and stuff like that. And I think a lot of these kind of apps are going to have to kind of get their act together. But Bogged Finance could be good as well. I think it's only 10 million market capitalization. Again, could be a 10x if everybody starts using these as well. Just like DEX tools, I think they'd have to do the kind of just how they make money from it, how they monetize it. I think they'd have to change that. DEX tools, I don't think is quite right, the way they monetize it, but they're obviously doing well. Unilock Network as well. Looked at IG Gold, I think that could be good as well. That's a gaming platform as well. I think that could be really good. The social competitive gaming galaxy. And it's for teams and stuff, so I think, and they've got tournaments. So I like the gaming ones just now as well. Okay, I know I went through that really, really quick, but it's just to get kind of back to you as well. I'll pop out the chat. I'll just go back. I'll just see where the chat is. Chris Cash, hey buddy, happy you're on. The poll was a success. They've done a poll to see if they wanted to go live, me to go live, and they voted yes to go live. Not for today, but for every day. I'm not going to go live on every day. I did think about it, but I'm not going to go live. It just doesn't work because I'm deep into the research. I'm writing. I've just finished the second book, so I've got a book behind me there called The Dream Dancers. That's my fiction book, and I've got a non-fiction book called The Belief Principle. So I've finished the second in the series for the kind of the fiction book, which is called The Dream Dancers, which is all about astral projection, kind of about energy systems and stuff like that. And I talk about a bit about kind of crypto, how the main protagonist or antagonist, sorry, is trying to control the world's energy, and she's doing that with trying to control cryptocurrency as well. And that's just going on the experiences. But that's not what the book is about. It's about other stuff. But she does do that in the books as well, in the book series. But it's a series of 9 books there's going to be. So I'm deep into that as well. G-Slick, Zilliqa to ETH Bridge coming soon. We'll show ETH the way to faster, cheaper transactions. Yeah, it could do. I like Zilliqa as well. B, follow the money. Yes, definitely follow the money. XRP, I think XRP are going to do really good. I genuinely think XRP are going to do brilliant. They've gone down just now. We'll just take a look at XRP. Go to the charts. So probably gone down to about what was that, $1 or something? Yeah, $1.04. It did come down to 88 after that big, huge rise up. We'll go on the daily. So what was that? 44 cents. So 400% increase. And this is what we're looking for in crypto as well. We want to compound our kind of gains in crypto as well. So this year, I've just started making money again this year. I was going to be out of crypto altogether, and I still had, I think it was about 8,000, I can't remember exactly. It was about $8,000 because I tried to trade my way out last year when I only had about 20, 30,000 left. Tried to trade it out and I kind of lost it. And down to about, must have been $8,000, $10,000. So this year I started having a different mindset with regards to crypto, and that's not to marry a project. And by that I mean, don't get so stuck in a project that you're not willing to take any money out of it. So if you're making a lot of money on a project, or it's just not going anywhere, but you love it and you like the team, you like being in the Telegram group, and you just like the CEO and stuff like that as well, don't marry the project. If you've got $10,000 in something, for example, and say, I'm never going to get out of it, this is the best thing since sliced bread, it's going to go up 200x over the next couple of years. That might be the case, but if it goes up, I don't know, 200% or something, take money out of it, take profits out and put it into something else. We're here to make money at the end of the day. If we're being really honest, we're here to make money. We're here to help our families. as well. We're here to educate others about crypto as well. And really, at the end of the day, we're all here to get freedom. Financial freedom, that's really what we're looking for. We don't want to be stuck in these dead-end jobs that we don't like, because 90% of the nation are stuck in jobs that they just don't like. It's just a means to an end. Crypto gives us an out for that, especially if you learn crypto, if you do the research and you start making money in crypto as well. But when you start marrying projects like I did in the kind of past with BAB, for example, I married the project, I got to know the team, I got to know the whole team, I spoke to them regular. I was in a Telegram group, I was doing kind of being an ambassador for them, and then just everything kind of just shot to hell, to be honest. I think I had about $120,000 in them at one point. I spoke to the team on video and said, listen, I've got 120k in this. Are you going to get this banking license or not? What's going to happen? And they kept on saying, yeah, we're going to go for it. And then the two main guys left, started going down, lost 120,000 on it. So never ever marry a project, no matter how good you think it is, no matter how much you like the CEO, no matter how much you like the Telegram group and everybody in it. Never marry a project. You're here to make money at the end of the day. Support the project, yes, by helping them with marketing. Every coin you're invested in, you should be marketing that coin as well. So every coin you're invested in or every project you're invested in, market it. If you're on Twitter, market it on Twitter. Talk about it, graph it, do videos for it, do kind of stuff for it as well. We should all be marketers for our own projects. So do that as well, but don't marry a project and take money out the project as well. If you think a project is going to shit, you don't like something about it, get out and just say, okay, I'm pulling my money out, I'm going to go into something else. You want to compound your wins. So for Shiba Inu, for example, I've made a couple of $1,000s on that. I'm not going to marry the project. I've been doing marketing for it, but I'm certainly not going to marry it. If I think it's going to go down, then I'm not going to stay in it just for the sake, just because I've married the project. I'm going to take my money and then I'll put it elsewhere. However, I still think Shiba Inu is going to go up a wee bit from here, but we'll see what happens with the market. And then put it into another project, and then put it into another project, and you compound your gains that way. So XRP, we were looking at, yes, I think that's going to go back up, and yes, I think that's going to go, will be at some stage with XRP will be at $10 for that as well. I think there's things going on in the background that XRP is going to be used a lot, and I think it's going to be big. Where's the chat? Restore chat. Cole Turner, disgusting clickbait. It is indeed, yes. Do you think Loot and Zoot is still a good hold? Loot is, we know obviously NFT Lootbox is an NFT project. I think the NFT projects are going to come back. Again, that was a cycle. It lasted for about 6 weeks or something. The NFTs, everybody's talking about NFTs. And NFTs are going to take over the world and stuff like that. And I believe NFTs are, to a degree. And I said a couple of weeks ago, again, don't marry kind of the NFTs, but NFTs are going to look different in a couple of years' time. That it's not going to be just about art. There's going to be the NFTs. It's going to be something bigger than that. You're going to be able to sell your house as an NFT. You're going to be able to sell yourself as an NFT. So NFTs are here to stay. These are non-fungible tokens. They're here to stay. That's just not in the iteration that we're seeing it just now. But the likes of Lootbox and Zoot and kind of projects like that, yes, I think they'll go back up again. It's cyclical just now, and I think people start paying attention to them again, and they've got some good stuff. Really like NFT Lootbox. Obviously, I did work for them as marketing, but being honest, I didn't like the restrictions that I had working for somebody else. I've never worked for somebody else for the last 9 years. And I still had the freedom to do my own stuff, but I was working 30 hours a week for them and I just didn't like it, so I left, but nothing to do with the project because I had a brilliant team behind it, Wes and Phil, great guys. And I think NFT Lootbox will come back up and it represents a good opportunity just now to get in, I would say. So we're at NFT Lootbox just now, and Zoot as well, same as Zoot. A couple of others. 1.5 million. So I think that's a good opportunity. They were up at something like $400. $208, sorry. $208 as peak, $66 just now. So I think that could be an opportunity. Some of the other ones we'll look out for the non-fungibles. That's the big ones. Alien Worlds has done brilliantly as well. I think for gaming NFTs have been around for forever and a day, to be honest, just in a different guise. Alien Worlds is huge at the moment, market capitalization of 264, and that's why I really like kind of gaming. That's why I like the REVV token as well, because of the NFTs that you can actually buy in the game itself, and that's why I like Mega Cryptopolis as well. And ETHverse, which was just totally, they didn't do a rug pull, but they've kind of just changed for some regulatory reasons. And I think I had $11,000 in that, and that's just kind of lost. But I still like Mega Cryptopolis and games as well. That's a metaverse Mega Cryptopolis. It's not exactly a game. Eternity Chain could do good as well. That's down 31%. So that could do brilliant. It's only 157 market capitalization just now, 157 million. Luxor token as well could do really good. Terra Virtua, that's went up. That was one of the first ones I kind of called, and it went up about 5,000%. Bogged Finance, Rev is down there. Phantasma Soul could do really well as well. It is going to do really well, and that's a 10xer for sure. Meme, don't know much about it. OVR, 10xer. Pokemon, still think that'll come back. Chain Guardians, brilliant token. Think because it's a gaming one, and you've got NFTs in that as well. I think that could be really good. That's come down a wee bit. What else were we into? Anarchy X, that's the actual platform. That could be good. Somnium Space Cubes, that was a good one as well. What's that down to? Market capitalization of 11 million. Blind Boxes, we got into that in the IDO. Kind of got out straight away. Azuki, 7 million. Monavale as well, 6 million. So, yeah, I think they'll come back. Poker City, Digicall could come back as well, big time. I think these are going to be big ones. Mega Cryptopolis, 23. I seen that going up yesterday, 20%, which is good. Waifu token, really liked Waifu token as well, and that's only 3 million just now. That was another one I kind of called early as well. Where's the NFT loot box? Oh, it's on page 2. Node Runners is a good one. Font, Dark Matter, FM Gallery, Toshimon. So there's loads of NFT plays out there that could be really good. But yeah, I think NFT loot box Zoot as well could come back again. So I think, as I said, it's cyclical, but I do think they'll come back again. Cole Turner, you lost me as a subscriber due to discussing clickbait. Okay, that's cool, mate. Rhubarb, Pirate Chain has done well. Pirate Chain has done brilliant. Better privacy than XMR. Privacy will be important going forward. The only thing about privacy is I don't know if the governments are going to allow it. I know they can't control it to a degree, but to a degree they can. There's other ways to control it without actually controlling it. So this is the only thing that worries me about privacy is the government having no control whatsoever over that. So that's going to be it's going to be a long-term thing, but in the short term, it could be a problem. CRO looks good as well, like CRO. VeChain has always been an earner for me. As Steve says, take profit so you can buy the dips in times like now. Yes. BDT, yeah, I think BDT, that was the other one I was looking for. So that's Blockchain Jewelers, or Block Jewelers, sorry. So I really like that as well. That was another great concept. So it's down just now, but as I said, I think this is cyclical. 1.7 million. Yeah, that's why I couldn't find it, because they've not. These kind of projects as well need to tag themselves properly. It's probably down to CoinGecko, it's probably not down to the projects themselves, but they need to kind of tag themselves properly. Because people like me doing research, I'll just go into kind of the NFT space, click on here, NFTs, and if it's not tagged as an NFT, it's not going to come up. So I need to remember that as well. But Block Jewelers I liked. I think that could come back as well. BDT Gene. Oh, what a morning I've had. In and out of Kin. Happy days. Kin, but I've never looked at Kin for, I remember this back in the day, for years. Down 18%. Market cap 261 million. So was it 15% in circulation just now? So still trading a lot. FTX, Gate.io. So remember they had all the problems with the SEC, then it came right back up again. They've done brilliantly. We'll go at last 90 days. Yeah, done brilliantly from here. And they've come back down again, but yeah, that could be a good opportunity for Kin as well, for getting into Kin. Are you advisor? Advisor for who? That's Rui Kolako. Advisor for NFT Lootbox, not for NFT Lootbox. I was doing the marketing for them. I was marketing director for about 3 weeks, and I couldn't hack working for anybody else. But we left on good terms. Because I was writing the book, because I was deep into crypto again, doing the research and my own research, and trying to do another 30 hours for NFT Lootbox. I was getting too kind of stressed with it, and just thinking, no, this is not going to work. I thought I could do it easy enough, but being honest, I couldn't do it because I was just doing way too much. Mate, do you want to laugh? I'm still in IDEX. I was going to message you about that the other day, because I seen the IDEX kind of moving a wee bit. Then I don't know where it is just now. We were talking about this. This was last year. Sometime myself and Gene were talking about this. All right, it did kind of go up then. Not to the same levels though. And this. Yeah, this is when I seen it kind of jumping up. I thought it went to the same levels, 20 cents. But it was the Bitcoin price we'd kind of discussed. But that might come back. You never know, Gene. You never know what happened. Seen stranger things happening. Thoughts on Gala Games? Bought a node last week. Bought more of it. Excellent. Gala Games, I think we've looked at that before. I like gaming. I do like the gaming ones. I like the Chain Guardians and ones like that. What's that? 158 million market cap, max supply 50 billion. Is that 50 billion? 50 billion max supply. And they've only got 7 billion out. Well, that's 14%. That's not that bad. Probably preferred more. Right, Gala Games. I think we've looked at this before. On your own gameplay. Yeah, so NFTs, obviously they were into the NFTs. They were kind of hot. But it's the gaming side of it and buying that. So yeah, that looks fortified. See what happens with the gaming ones, and this is why I'm so interested in the gaming ones, it's the socialization aspect of it. So when you're kind of doing these games like Fortnite and stuff like that, and when you're in that and you get really into it, and you start telling other people about it, then your friends get into it, their friends get into it, and soon it's become it's a network effect. This is why I like the gaming one so much. So you only need one game. If you've got 3 or 4 or 5 games coming out on your platform and you own it, you've got the token and stuff like that, you're selling the NFTs within that game, you only need one game to really take off, kind of big time, like Fortnite, to really take off, and then you've got a big, huge hit on your hands. Then you're talking billions of dollars worth. That's what I thought was going to happen with Chain Guardians and Rev as well. They've got some good kind of games as well in the motorsport. And I think it's Animoco Brands. Animoco Brands, they've got, if you look at them, I don't think you can actually invest in Animoco Brands itself. I just want to look at the products. Blockchain projects. So this is for the Rev token. They've got that. F1 Delta Time. The Sandbox as well. You know that's big. You know about Sand token. Game token. Tower Experiment. This is the one that I thought, oh, this could be really quite big. when I looked at that as well. So Tower looks really good as well. Don't know where they are. It's in that. But what they do is they separate all these games out and give them different tokens. So the brand, you want to look at the person, or you want to look at the project behind the actual individual projects. So Tower down 17%, max supply of 10 billion. So talking about what, 240 million? Something like that for a fully diluted market cap. So yeah, these games could be really good as well because of the network and socialization aspect. The whole psychology behind it is really fascinating. I bought more of it, and that's Jane to you. Where would you put $1,000? $1,000 just now. It depends on how risk averse you are. If you're into risky plays, then I would go down to the lower cap ones. So if you think about the risky plays being lower cap, then you've got low cap, kind of medium cap, and big caps. Big caps, you could still make 400 or 500% in the big caps just now. So if you think about it that way, what big caps are going to give you 400 or 500%, and all you need to do is look at the top 100 and what big caps are going to do that. I see the market's taking a wee bit of a dip again, is it? 48,823. So if you look at the big ones, what's going to give you 400 or 500% in the future? Bitcoin, 48,000. Do you think that's going to go up to 250,000? Then stick $1,000 into that if you're in it for the long term. If you're looking for short term gains, you obviously have to go to the lower ones. We'll look at. We're still in here. 1 sec. So I've got a portfolio of, not a portfolio as such. I've just got a microgems list that I'm looking at. So we'll just quickly scroll down these gems that I'm looking at. So the gems are not microcaps as such. It started out as being microcaps, but I started kind of putting other ones that I think could 10x. So really what I'm looking for is a 10xer. And that's what I'm looking for. If it 10x's, then I can pull it out or keep some in and put, I don't know, if I was putting $10,000, if I was putting $1,000 in, it went 10x, I would pull out $8,000, keep 20% in, and go put $8,000 into something else, or split it up and do it that way. So Hathor was one of them. Unfederal Reserve, somebody spoke about this in the group a couple of weeks ago. I checked it out, and it looks really interesting. Higher market cap, we're talking mid cap here, 188 million. Cartesia looks good as a layer 2 solution. Taylor Oracle solution looks brilliant as well. That's going to go back up, minus 24%. Is that 10x? Yeah, I do believe so. Zero Exchange, 21 cents just now. That's down 47%. 10x, definitely. MC Dex, that looked interesting as well. Rev Token, I think that's a 10x for the future. Proton could be a good one as well, down 40% this week. Morpheus Labs, another good one. And we're going down by market capitalization here. Chain Guardians, I've just spoke about that as well. That's definitely a 10x as well if we get the network effect and the socialization aspect. Jupiter is one I've just looked at, shared with you. I think that's a definite. I don't think it's a 10x. I think it's a 20, 30, 40x, to be honest. But I need to kind of see what they do with the app that they've got coming out. But they've got loads of other things coming out. Graphling, 10x for sure. Open could be a 10x. Bird Money, yep, definitely. Anarchy X. Depends on how the NFTs are taken and how it's going to go forward, but I think that is going to do well. Dow Ventures, which was recently released, I think that could kind of really 10x as well. Same with High Performance Blockchain. Never really done much for the last couple of years. It started moving up again, but I think that could definitely 10x as well if they get the shit together. Geek as well, that could 10x. Shadows, then Fuse. Phoenix Dow, I think is a 10xer. Axpire could be a good one as well. Vidya, OIN Finance, definitely a 10xer. Butterfly Protocol as well. Rainicorn, Unido, sorry. Looks good. Poker Bridge. Poker City, I think that was riding on the coattails of the NFTs, but we'll see what they do. Yggdrash is a couple of years old as well. That could do well. I don't know what they're up to recently, but I put it on there a while ago. Digicall could be good. Gourmet Galaxy, $1.44. What else? One Root, Social Rocket, Beholder. Royal could be really good as well. That's definitely a 10x, I believe. Tap My Data looks interesting as well. Bond Fee, GoSwap, we kind of spoke about already. Dark Matter, Toshimon was the NFT play as well. Unifund looked interesting. Unifund could do well, but I'd need to look more into that. So I think the question you've got to ask yourself is really how risk averse are you? If you're really risky and you just say, okay, I'm prepared to lose $1,000, then you look for one that is kind of much smaller cap. We're talking below $5 million, and you think looks really good, but check it out first. Check it out as if you're going to put $1 million into it. So if you had $1 million and you're kind of putting it into a project, how much research would you do before you put that $1 million in? That's what we should be doing here as well. And to be honest, sometimes I get so caught up in excitement that I forget to do that as well. I've done it with a project that turned out to be okay actually, and I was a bit of a dick. Me being a bit of a dick because I thought, oh, they're going to rug pull. Because I checked out their LinkedIn profiles or somebody told me about it and they looked a bit dodgy. But then I wrote to the guy and said, listen, can I get my 10 BNB back? And it was WDY meme coin it was, but subsequently kind of went up about 6 or 7x as soon as it came out. I think it's down just now, but they didn't rug pull. So I had to go back to the guy and apologise. Just say, sorry, I got it wrong. I said I pulled out I got my 10 BNB back. Because as soon as it came out, I just sold. I thought they were going to rug pull, but they didn't. To their credit, and I had to kind of eat humble pie. But you have to be man enough to do that. Orakuru is going to do well. Unizen is going to do well. Modify is going to 10x as well. That's another Oracle play as well. WooTrade. I think WooTrade is a 10xer as well. That's bringing the institutional investors in, or the big investors coming in, but it's going to be for the likes of us as well soon. So WooTrade is going to do well as well. I think I've given you loads there. So yeah, in answer to your question, just depends on risk averse you are. Gene, thank you very much for the £5, mate. Really appreciate that. Appreciate the live show, Steve. Good to have you back, bud. It's good to be here. Scruffy Afro, Gala creator is the same guy that started Farmville, those sort of social games. Yes, this is what I like about the gaming aspect of it as well, because of the network effect, the socialization aspect, the NFT plays as well, and the fact that it's on kind of blockchain and crypto. I think you're going to have a few big hits in the blockchain kind of gaming world. Rua is CoinSloot, not NFT. Oh right, CoinSloot, no, I was talking about NFT Lootbox. That's got the same, it's got LOOT as well. Right. Gene is saying 100%. Okay, I don't know if there's any you want me to look at just now. What time are we on? 11:13. I think I went on at 10 o'clock. That's 77 minutes. YouTube are not going to like it. So if there's any you want me to look at just now, if you're watching and you want me to look at any just now, let me know. I'll just jump on. Auto Electrician, London. Hi, Steve. What do you think about Chia Coin? Don't know. Chia Coin. Have a look at that. I can't find it. So that's not good for a start. So is it not on CoinGecko? Chia Network. I don't know about it, mate. Shiba Inu. We'll look at Shiba Inu, see where they are just now. And that coin's still going up, the Elon one. So meme coins are still here. I've come back down a wee bit just now, but that's only to be expected. Right, we'll go back to that. We've seen so it was, that was before. That's for Shiba. Previous one, 1520, we'll refresh that. 1716, so it's gone up by 200. So this again, it's gone up. Diluted market cap has gone up by 5 million. So this is still very much in play, the Elon. Just be really, really careful just now with that. Shiba Inu, I looked at last week, kind of big time, we were talking about these tokens. It's starting to go back up again, so it's at 1313 just now with 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 zeros. So Shiba Inu could go up as well to its all-time high, and you're talking 200% to get to its all-time high. So this could go up because of the Shiba swap coming out. So it could go up. Just be careful. Just be careful. That's what I'm saying. So when it broke out of here, so this kind of falling wedge, when kind of Shiba Inu broke out of here, thought, okay, they're going to start going back up again, and they did. And then the crash started happening yesterday as well, and it just came back down again. But if we're stable in Bitcoin, really people are looking for a stable Bitcoin before they start buying the alts again. So this is not stable, it's just kind of bounced back up again. So it's not necessarily stable. But this keeps going up, and we will get a couple of hours, a good couple of kind of periods, of 4-hour periods, where Bitcoin is around about the same price and it's starting to move up a little. Then people start buying the alts after that as well. And Ethereum's going back up, sorry, XRP's going back up, and we should see Ethereum going back up as well, I would imagine. Ethereum USD. Yeah, we're back up to 2,252 for Ethereum. So that's starting to kind of go back up as well. But it doesn't mean to say we're going to start bouncing all the way up from here. We just need to wait and see what happens. Christian, can you check Unilend? See how it's doing? Unilend. I know you spoke about this before, Christian. I've seen your message in the group. $1.04, down 20%. Market cap 46 million. We've got good trading volume at 3.9 million. We've got them on Uniswap, so 500,000 trading on their Binance. 1.4 million is trading on under BUSD as well, and Binance and ETH. So it's doing well with trading volume, so that's good. You want to look at the trade, always check out the trading volume as well, and check out the historical trading volume as well. Where are we overall? And so we should UFT, and we've got BUSD. We'll look at that. You can see it's down just now. And this is for BUSD. Right, just making sure it's the same one. So it's just gone into BUSD, so that's not an accurate representation. So go rat. Go Unilend. No, it's not coming up. So we're not getting the right charts for it. So I need to go to a different charting. Try ChartX. See if we can get UFT up there, because it gives us more of a historical picture, and we don't want. Right, best effort. See that UFT. Right, so you can see a totally different picture now, because it gives us a historical reference, so it gives us a kind of reference point. So, with regards to the kind of drop, obviously because the markets have dropped as well, you know you've got good volume there, so that's good. So this could be a good indication that this could. So what we're saying, at 79% down from where it was, and we've got kind of support here, just rough support. I'm just going to put in these just now. Rough support of 36 cents, which is not going to do you much good just now, but we did have a ceiling there, which will give us a new support. So we've got support just now at around about 93 cents. If it falls below that, you've not really got support until 36 cents. So just be careful with that as well. I think it's depending on the kind of market conditions with regards to that just now. But if you see that as long term, do you think when you had it, when it was around about the $4.50 mark, did you think, okay, this could go to $10 or $20 or $30? If you think that, then it represents a brilliant opportunity. If you've done the research, then it represents a good opportunity just now, because it's not only going to go 10x from here. If you think it's going to go $20, you're talking about 20x from here. Whereas if you had it $4 and you thought it was going to go a 5x or something, it's now 20x. So it could represent a really good opportunity if you think about it that way. So this is where the research comes in. If you're confident in your research and you think, I really think this could do really well. As I said, don't marry a project. But if you think it could do really well, then jump in it. Especially if you're not in it and you're looking at it at $4.50, then it could be a brilliant opportunity. That's the same with Modify as well. It's not going to come up there for Modify. So look at Modify on here. I know I've kind of gone way over time, but I might as well keep going just now. $2.41. It started going back up a wee bit more. But for me, this is going to kind of $1 billion in market capitalization. Now it's got a full diluted market cap of about 100 million just now. So it's going to 10x from here, and I thought it was going to 10x from round about the $4 mark. I thought it was going to go to $40, $50. So this to me represents a brilliant opportunity, because hopefully I've done the right homework, hopefully I've done the right research, and I think it's a brilliant opportunity to get in here for a 10x, more so than it was kind of up here at $4, because it's gone down so much. So this is what the kind of same thing that happened with Band Protocol as well, when that was down at 35. If we look at Band just now actually, because that gives you a good kind of insight into, and we'll look at it on the weekly. So Band Protocol down here was at 25 cents, and this is where I was kind of talking about it and said this is going to go ballistic, it's going to go absolute mental. And I was in Band myself, and I think it went all the way up to $7 or something. Where was it? This we're talking, yeah, we're talking up to here. It was a 70 cents from there, because we're talking about back in January 2020, yeah. So 2020 we're talking about roughly around about here. Kind of went up from 25 cents to 76, then it came all the way down to 25 cents again, all the way up to $2, down to 95 cents. Then it jumped right up, and look at where Band is just now, $23 at the moment. So I think the likes of Modify could pull something like a Band as well and go up. And what did Band go up? 6,500%, 65x. I think that's what's going to happen with the likes of Modify as well. Chia Network, I'll try and get that later and just aware of the time. DSLA, what is DSLA? It's not one I've checked out before. This is a protocol, 81 million market capitalization, trading volume 2.3 million, and they've got 7 billion total supply, 6.3 billion circulation, 6.3 billion, yeah, circulation, so about 90% or 90 odd percent in circulation, which is good. It's gone up a hell of a lot just now. That puts me off when I see this kind of chart. It does put me off. It shouldn't really, but it does, personally, it does put me off when I see this kind of rise in volume, because it means the people that bought down here, you're still going to have a lot of holders up here, and they're going to start selling. Obviously, they started selling off there, and you're still going to have a lot of these holders in about just now as well. After a couple of months sale. So this just started selling off a couple of weeks ago. So I still think you might have a lot of sellers in here for DSLA. I don't know the project at all. APR guarantee, ensure your stakes against APR drops. Right, so this is hedging. Right, so purely because it's kind of risen so much, and it's a crazy thing to think about or look at it that way, but it's just a psychological thing for sure. You think PundiX a good buy now? Nope, I wouldn't, again, because I'm kind of averse to the large caps, apart from the likes of Ethereum, kind of Bitcoin, Dot. I'd rather put money into safer, shall we say. PundyX was, again, probably psychological, because PundyX was one of those ones where loads of us held them for so long and they just didn't do anything, and then they suddenly kind of went up. So it's probably a psychological thing again. B, thanks again, Steve. You too have a great weekend as well. Thanks for jumping in. I really appreciate it. Jean's saying crush your likes. Appreciate that. Remember the poll for what to say. Crush. I do remember that. Is bot yet on exchanges? Is not yet on exchanges. They launched at the end of the month. Right. Chia Network. Okay, we'll check it out. So, Chia Network, I think that was the one I was in before. Mainnet's here, Windows, Mac OS. Right, so blog, news, that's a download. So what's that about? So inventor of BitTorrent network, right, that's interesting from the start. Is building a better blockchain and smart transaction platform which is more decentralized, not centralized, more efficient and more secure. Team Bram Cohen, Gene Hoffman, former acting CEO of Overstock, Mitch Edwards. Right, that could be really interesting. The investors is Andreessen Horowitz as well. Graylog Matters, True Ventures, I haven't heard of them. Slow Ventures, Metastable, DCM, Stillmark. So, Andreessen Horowitz, obviously we've heard of them. I don't know who that guy is. The Angel Philosopher. That actually looks really interesting. I'm going to keep that up as well. So thanks for bringing that to my attention. Where's the token? Have they got the token? I'm going to go back and actually check him out later as well. Green paper, releases, blog, download. So have they got a token for it? Or is this not tokenized? Interesting nonetheless. Christian, since there's no roadmap for OIN, have you been able to get anything from the team or Telegram on what they're kind of working on currently? At the moment, no. At the moment, but hopefully they're going to be updating things soon. So I'm not working kind of really with the team. Just now it's just what you're finding out, what you research, I research as well. But don't know with the OIN, I don't know how they go. Obviously it's in a kind of market just now. The market conditions are not good just now as well, so we can't base on that with the price going down. But nothing's really happened at the moment. So a lot of people are still kind of a wee bit irky, to be honest. So it was at 97 cents. But with a market cap of 7 million, still got loads to do. I just liked the kind of projects. I've not spoken to the team itself. And there's the kind of value that's locked as well in this. How much is it? 5.1 million. That's nothing to be sneezed at. Yeah, stablecoin is staking derivatives issuance platform different from MakerDAO. So it's especially designed for altcoins. So I still like it. They've got the roadmap there, but it's not updated. 10 branded stablecoins minted, 10 plus. So we've got till Q2. It should be actually, yeah, it's there just now. Q3 Polkadot version, Q4 stable coin swap on Polkadot, and Q1 of 2022. OIN DAO version 2. So if that's what you're kind of talking an updated roadmap. That I've not seen an updated roadmap, but that's all out in the public domain just now, so I don't know anything else, to be honest, Christian. Okay, I think that's it for just now. I'm going to leave it there just now. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it today. Hopefully you're not getting too kind of upset about the markets dropping. If this is your first time, this happens all the time. You're talking 30, 40, 50% corrections. And it is a correction. We're not in a bear market. We're very much in a bull market. And I think the bull market is going to continue to run for at least another year. For the altcoins, I think the altcoins are going to come up big time as well. So just keep an eye out for the altcoins, your favourite altcoins as well, and keep an eye on what's doing well in this kind of market just now by going to CoinGecko. Do research. That's what it's about. If you do research, you're going to make money in this market because most people don't do research. So you're definitely going to make money if you do the research in this as well. It's all about timing as well, but please don't marry projects as well. That's a huge mistake I made. I married a lot of the projects from way back and it's just silly, to be honest. So that's it. Until next week or whenever I speak to you again, if you want to join the Telegram group, there's a link down below. And it's a good group, actually. We've got a good group of people. There's no bullshit in there and there's no kind of spamming and stuff. We just ban spammers straight away. So if you want to come to the group to spam, you'll just be banned immediately. You kind of post something. So there's no point in doing that. But if you want to chat to some great people, then just join the Telegram group as well. And I'll be in there making calls as well. I kind of showed you one that I'm really looking at that could do really well. So I might make that as the next call. But if you're in a group, you'll get to know about it first. Okay, until next time, have a brilliant weekend and namaste. Take care. Bye now.